Cool tools is a subject that is really prevalent here in the woodworking community. Makers talk about things that they like to use. Well, these are not necessarily tools, right? But I use them almost every day, and I think these are cool things to have in the workshop, have on your person. You're gonna see pretty neat ideas coming your way. Also, some of these are made by very small businesses, and since I use them so much, I wanna give them a shout out, and everything in this video will be in the description. All right, let's go. So the first tool here I'm going to share with you are these sorting trays. They're made in vastly different ways, from laser cut to standard hardwoods to this crazy plywood with resin, and even more of these more intricate living hinge designs. None of these are for sale. I'm just sharing them with you as an idea and some inspiration of how to put these things together, more so than just putting them in plastic containers, right? So check them out. So this first sorting tray was one of the first projects I ever did on the CNC. It's actually made from a piece of Bluteooth. You can see the coloring is a little bit better where the sun don't shine, but it actually turns into almost like a cool walnut color, and it works well. So this next iteration is made from laser cut wood. The two sides aren't cut at all except for the profile of the piece, but the middle pieces are all scooped out, basically cut out, and they're sandwiched together. And the reason I did this was to kind of create this cool effect with the end grain. I like this one a lot, actually. Okay, you can see a theme here. I got these 3 compartments that I'm kind of experimenting with, and this one is done extremely different than the others, although it's kind of the same result. I basically have these living hinge pieces that basically kind of curve and fit into the profile of this drawer unit, and then we kind of expanded on that with this next one, doing it 3 times over. Although this one isn't the strongest, and it kind of is a little cumbersome because it doesn't have that much support, and I did something a little bit differently in the next design that I think you're gonna like. It's a little similar, but I'll show you how it all goes together. So basically, this is a wide open spanse here, and it only becomes 3 compartments from modular pieces. Like I said, these living hinges kind of go in there, but then these dividers just kind of stay in place, and everything is just held together because everything's cut at the right dimensions. Once it's all in, it sticks, and it works well. So I'm a sucker for these living hinge designs, but this might be my favorite sorter I've ever made. It's a 3/4 inch piece of material, and it's been scooped out with a ball gouge, or whatever you call it, on the CNC. Again, I do this for a living, and I don't know all the terminology, but this is super great, and I wanted to go ahead and make it kind of a little visually interesting. So 2-to-1 high performance resin with some of their black pigment, and yeah. This effect is pretty cool, and I love how this turned out. So let me pass this on to you guys. Would you use these? Do you like them? And is it something worth pursuing? Which design is your favorite? And if I get enough feedback, I'll put them on the website. The next one is something that if I wasn't using it right now, this would be embarrassing and you guys would probably turn away. And that is T-shirts, right? So I wore the A Glimpse Inside Mustache Man logo T-shirt on this channel for about 5 years straight. Why? Because I had about 30 of them. And I just didn't sell them, and I just wore them all the time. But it was time to break free from that. So I actually met a gentleman here locally through Marketplace who's a digital artist. And a long story short, he's got a site here on Threadless. You can see it here. I'll put it scrolling here. He's got some really cool designs. And the reason I'm even sharing this with you is because they're not name brand T-shirts, right? I am the little guy here, right? I mean, I'm not that little, but I am the little guy here in terms of my small business, and I like supporting other people, other creatives who have ideas in their head, and they try to put them out to the world. And again, you could wear big name, sports apparel, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But this is actually something that doesn't really exist. Like this Voodoo Brothers, right? This isn't real. This is an idea, but people have asked me numerous times, where exactly is this brewery? It looks awesome. It just exists here as an idea for a T-shirt. That's it. So I would recommend checking out what he's got to offer, and they're really comfortable. They're nice fitting shirts as well. I like them better than my Mustache Men shirts. And yeah, so check it out. Links down below. And like I said before, some of these are obscure and they may not be technically a tool, but man, are they handy. Check this assortment of cotton swabs out from Harbor Freight. They have a long reach and some of them have these massive heads. And I use them to clean lenses on the lasers along with other things in the shop. I'll give you an example of how I do this. Basically, I take the lens out, I undo its housing, and you can see here, this is about a week's worth of cutting for me. I clean these religiously, like once a year. No, I'm just kidding. But you can also take these and do something else. That was definitely fun, but I think I'm going to stick to doing what I'm doing here. So you can see the grime and the soot and the stuff just coming off the edge of this lens. Now, if I didn't have this long reach with these cotton swabs, I wouldn't be able to do this, and it's fantastic. So what I do basically is I soak these in isopropyl alcohol and then finish them up with a little bit of Windex, especially the bigger ones. I put them in there, spin them around, and that is a week's worth of junk. Pretty crazy. Now, I know I'm speaking to a niche market of people here, but if you're having cutting issues on your laser and you're not cleaning your lenses more than once a week, then I suggest getting some of these and going through this process. That may be some of the reasons why the cutting isn't going so well. But check it out. Use these all over the shop. They're great. The next cool accessory is actually right there, and they're offered by somebody you might actually know in this community. Check it out. All right, the fourth cool tool is, no, it's not my product, silly. It's what I'm using to hold it down. Check this out. So this is a hold fast. It goes into a bench dog hole where you can slam it down and it holds anything down to your bench super tight. I've got a couple of these, but the main thing is that they have a cover. Yeah, it's dusty. Leave me alone. These little leather protectors, I've had these for quite some time now. You might recognize this logo. Yeah, they're offered by Mark. Here they are on the site, and they work just incredibly well. Of course, these are meant to like not mar the surface of what you're working on, of course, and they do a great job at that. Although I will say this, you don't really need to not mar the surface of some plywood, especially when it's a utilitarian object like that. But honestly, I've been using that mount for a long time and that exact setup for a long time, and really there's no damage at all to it. So check these out. Mark, you got a good product here, man. These are really cool. This next one I did a whole video about, and someone even called it, hey, where'd you get that two-tone speaker? Okay, it's only two-tone because it's sawdust. Let's be honest here. The reason I have what looks to be a PA speaker in the shop, music's been a huge part of my life for a long time. I was a drummer in the marching band in high school. I even played before then. I love sitting down with a guitar and just kind of mellowing out. It's good stuff. But in the shop, when I'm here working alone, sometimes I absolutely rock the out. And you follow me on Instagram, you know that, because sometimes I'll do a story and the music will just be blasting like crazy inadvertently. But this was bought at Guitar Center, not sponsored or anything. I just walked in and said, look, I need a Bluetooth speaker that's as powerful as a PA speaker. And he was like, yeah, we got a couple over there. So I'll link it down below. And it's not cheap, but you know, it's if you want really awesomely concert sounding music in your shop because you got tools running and you don't really care too much about your hearing. I hate to say that as a woodworker, but being a drummer my whole life, my hearing is not the best. And quite frankly, I've used some OSHA regulated headphones. And unfortunately, in my experience, they don't get loud enough. I know that sounds crazy, but they just don't because they're OSHA regulated and I need a bit more oomph. And if it ever gets to the time where I need some assistance, yeah, there's hearing aids available, and I'll probably have to get those later in life. But that thing is an absolute monster, and I recommend it. So this one's a bit obscure as well, and again, I hope you guys are enjoying this. This one you carry with you every day, okay? This right here is my wallet, and I've used this for now a little over a year. Usually wallets don't even last that long for me. I've gotten some of the trendy ones where you flip them and the cards come out. I've gotten ones at your department stores and whatnot. This is by a gentleman named Fritz, and he has a small business where he makes leather goods. And this I bought from him at one of the craft shows here in Jacksonville, and it's named Sky Road Leathers. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Sky Road Leather. This wallet looks and feels as good, if not better, than the day I bought it. Nothing is coming apart. Now again, these things aren't cheap. If you want quality things that last a long time, you're gonna have to pay up for them. That's just how it works in the world, right? But I think that it would be worth, if you're a maker, to go check this out. There's plenty of functionality. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to hold things. That's really all you need in today's minimalist wallet kind of world. And it's absolutely a game changer for me. So go show Fritz some love. If there's nothing in this video that I want you to go check out more, it's this, because I have used this every single day and I was not sure how it was going to hold up. And I was reluctant to make a video when I first got it because I didn't know. So we're talking over a year now and it's absolutely incredible. And I can't even describe the quality really. It's probably the best wallet I've ever had. Okay, go show him some love. He's awesome. Okay, so I have a question for you. If you actually like this type of video from me, I typically don't do the 5 things you need to know about, the 5 things you need to know about type things, but you know, I figured these were kind of cool and obscure things that I would share with you. And if you like it, if you like this type of format from me, let me know. I guess I'll know because of the video and how it does. But I just think it was one of those fun things to throw together. I'm in the process of, again, moving things around this shop. Got kind of a big announcement coming. A company is going to help me with some of my production. And so that's all I can say at the moment, but it's going to be awesome. So anyway, that's all I got. These things are great. Everything's linked down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, my name's Chris, and yeah, stay tuned for these outtakes, all right? I think they're kind of funny. And I thought it would be nice to share them with you. So let's just dive right in. Everybody says just dive right in like we're going to a pool or something. Cool tools, big topic, ubiquitous. 5 things you need to know about making 5 things you need to know about making 5 things you want to know about videos. that didn't work at all. And I'm going to show you some cool things. They're cools that are kind of, they're cools. They're cools. Let's just call them that, cools. Hey, you got any cools? Cool tools, topic that's all over the place, really popular. I've never done a compilation video, really like a compilation. A compilation? Cool tools, very popular topic in the woodworking community. I'm gonna share with you guys a few things that I use almost on a daily basis. Come on, man. Amateur, put your phone on.